Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Keith here again, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how to download and install Node.js. So Node.js is just a JavaScript runtime that gives you the ability to run JavaScript on your server. So we're going to actually use it for its Node Package Manager for a project that we're going to do coming up. So what we're going to do first is I want to first tell you that I'm using NVDA screen reader, and it's basically the same with JAWS. So if you're using JAWS screen reader, it's the same navigation, the same download procedure, everything's basically the same. So the next thing is I'll be on a Windows 10 machine, and then I'll be using Git Bash as my terminal or command line, whichever you would like to call it. So first, we're sitting on my Git Bash terminal right now. And what I'm going to do is show you that whenever we finish installing Node, we will get feedback that Node is installed and we'll get the version and things like that. So right now, if I'm on my command line, if I type node space dash dash version
bash colon node colon command not found,
and I press enter, you hear that the command node is not found. So what we need to do first is go to your web browser. So I'm going to Google Chrome.
running applications to Google Chrome, Google, new tab dash Google Chrome,
It's going to pop
Web Advisor
up
secure search, new tab,
little Web Advisor. So if I type in my address bar, it goes directly to Google. But if you go to Google and type in the search bar Node.js download for Windows,
google.com/search,
and I'm going to turn
speak type characters on,
characters off.
heading level 1.
So now that we're here, if we go, I'm going to press H. So I went to the top of my page with Control Home, and I'm going to press H until I get to the first heading.
Search modes heading level, main landmark clickable web result with side, download bar node.js heading level 3 link.
And there's our first link. And now that we found that link, I just want to remind you, if you don't mind smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm, it really helps out, especially if you enjoy these videos. And then also, if you're a subscriber already, thank you very much for your support. If not, though, please consider subscribing now. We come out with plenty of videos like this. I plan on doing much more, and I'm working on the website as well. So press that subscribe button, and if you do so, make sure to click the bell icon to get notifications when I do come out with videos. So let's go ahead and get back into it. So we came to the first heading in Google, and we're going to press enter on that. Let me read that line for you again.
Link heading level 3 download bar node.js.
Okay, so I'm going to press enter.
Download bar node.js.
So this comes to the website for Node.js, and just to make sure, I always like to check the URL.
Address and search bar edit has autocomplete control plus L selected https://nodejs.org/n/.
All right, and that's what you're looking for, nodejs.org, just to make sure. Yeah, nodejs.org/download. And then let me get back to the page, and I'm going to control home to get to the top. We're going to press H for heading.
Downloads heading level 1.
And we come to downloads. We're going to press down arrow just to go down through this.
Latest LTS version : 14.15.4 left.
All right, so our latest LTS version, this means that this is just the latest version they've got out that is stable. That's the one we're going to be downloading, and again, it is
LT version : 14.15.4.
Yeah, 14.15.14.
Space.
Or 14.1. It's 14.15.4.
Download the node.js source code or a pre-built-in.
All right, so we have options, but we're going to press H.
Additional platforms heading level 2.
Because maybe that's
downloads heading.
We'll go back up to downloads with Shift H, and now I'm a down arrow till I find that link.
Down today. List with 2 items visited link LTS. Visited link recommended for link current. Link latest features. Out of list with 3 items link Windows installer.
All right, so I've down arrowed until I found Windows installer. Now what I'm going to do is press tab, because sometimes when you're in a list with NVDA, you need to tab through that list to gain focus to the actual anchor element, and then in order to be able to click it.
macOS installer, Windows installer.
So I just pressed tab and then shift tab. That got me right back to it. We're going to press enter on this.
Downloading 28.9 megabytes, node-v1.
All right, so we are downloading now. Gonna give that a second. It shouldn't take too long. Okay, so let's see.
Link note, out of list content info landmark.
We're going to go ahead and go to our downloads folder. So I'm going to press Windows R, and then I'm going to type downloads. Press enter.
Desktop list. Downloads window.
That's going to open up my downloads folder on my computer. So we're going to press home and then down arrow.
Last week grouping expanded. Today group.
Up arrow again. It's going to get us back to the today section. We're going to read the current line.
Node-v14.15.4-x64.m.
Okay, so there it is. We're going to press enter on this.
Window dialog. Downloads window. Windows installer dialog. Node.js setup. The setup wizard will install Node.
Alright, so it's going to put us in the setup wizard. First thing I'm going to do now that we're done downloading, I'm going to close the browser.
Downloads row 1 column 2. Download
this downloads folder.
Download bar Node.js. Node.js setup. The setup wizard.
Alright, so we have the setup wizard. I'm going to press insert B as in Bravo, or you could call it JAWS key B, or NVDA modifier key B, however you want to call it, but it is insert B as in Bravo to read the title information and status.
Node.js setup. The setup wizard will install Node.js on your computer. Welcome to the Node.js setup wizard. Next button Alt plus N.
Alright, so it welcomes us and gives us a next button. We're going to press
Next.
Enter on that.
Node.js setup. Please read the following license agreement carefully.
So here's a license agreement. You want to read through this, and then once you've decided that it suits all of your principles and ethics and what you think's right, then we're going to press tab.
Print button Alt plus B. Back button Alt plus.
And I press tab 3 times.
Edit read only. I accept the term.
Oh, okay. So we were already on it. We can just, but to move around, you can tab until you get back to it. I'm going to press spacebar on this.
Checked.
To check it, we're going to press next.
Print button Alt. Back button. Next button Alt.
So we had to tab 3 times and press enter.
Node.js setup. Choose a custom location or click next to install.
So we can choose a custom location, but we're going to leave it default.
Back button Alt plus cancel button.
So
Edit
here
selected.
we can edit it, or we
Change
can
dot dot. Next button Alt plus N.
get to the next button and press enter.
Change dot. Next button Alt. Node.js setup. Select the way you want features to be installed.
Alright, so we have some features that we want to be installed. We've got 4 categories and then a few options under those categories. So let's explore that.
Npm package.
So
Node.js.
the first one, let's read it.
Node.js runtime dash entire feature will be installed on local hard drive.
So it's the Node.js runtime, and the option is to, here it is selected to install entire feature on the hard drive on local system. So that's what we want to do, but if we press spacebar on this,
Context menu.
it opens up the menu. We can down arrow or up arrow through this, and let's listen to these options.
Will be installed on local hard drive W.
So will be installed on local hard drive. So that just puts the main components of it, and then things that are needed later that are extra you pull in and have to download and install at that time.
Entire feature will be installed on local hard drive E.
And then here's the one we have selected, entire feature, because we want the whole thing up and ready to go.
Feature will be installed when required. Will be installed on local.
Then we have an option to
Feature will be installed when required. F.
Install it when it's required, which means that if we require this anything with Node somewhere in a file, it will install it at that time.
Will be installed on local hard drive. Entire feature will be installed on local hard drive. Feature will be installed when required. F. Will be installed on local hard drive W. Entire feature will be.
Alright, so you don't have any option except to install it.
Will be
Entire
feature will be
are going to do entire feature, because that's what we're installing anyway, is Node.js. So you can press escape on that menu, and now we can down arrow.
Npm Package Manager dash entire feature will be installed on local.
Alright, so again, Npm Package Manager, this is our the main thing we want to use anyway. We're going to use it to download things like jQuery and Bootstrap, Font Awesome, things like that. So the options are about the same, except for you do have the option not to install it at all. And again, you just press spacebar and then use your up and down arrows to cycle through those options. So we're going to press down arrow just to look at the next category.
Online documentation shortcuts dash entire feature will be installed.
So online documentation shortcuts, you definitely want this because you're going to want to be able to access documentation very easily. So
Add to path dash entire feature will be installed on local hard drive.
here's a big one. This is a big deal. This is the reason. Now, the one reason we couldn't access it at the beginning of the video from the command line was because it wasn't installed. Now, if we did install it and then did not add it to the path, we still would not be able to access it from the command line until we actually added it to the local path. So we're going to leave this all default. We're not going to touch any of these, but I did want to talk to you for a minute and let you know what they all were for. So let's go ahead and tab.
Reset button Alt plus disk usage.
And we have the option to reset, and that just resets them back to default just in case you move them around and you're not sure what option was the default. So we're going to tab again.
Back button Alt plus B. Next button Alt.
Till we get to the next button, we're going to press enter.
Node.js setup https://github.com/node-eg/node -jip number on -windows https://github.com/node-eg/node-jip number on -windows optionally install the tools necessary to compile native modules. Tools for native modules. Some npm modules need to be compiled from C/C++ when installing. If you want to be able to install such modules, some tools left paren, Python and Visual Studio Build tools right paren, need to be installed. Automatically install the necessary tools. Note that this will also install Chocolatey. The script will pop up in a new window after the installation completes. Checkbox not checked.
All right, so I want to let you know if this is something that you want to install, which I do recommend if you're first time installing this and web development and coding is what you enjoy, you will eventually come across times where you want to, I already do Python programming videos, so maybe you haven't seen those yet and you want to install Python. Well, this is going to do it for you. And Chocolatey, that's just something else. That's another tool that you can use to build web tools and compile assets and things like that. So we're going to skip this option because it takes a while and I've already got all those tools downloaded. So, but if you choose to click it, it does exactly what it says it does. It actually, once you finish the node install, it will open up your command line and it will start to perform the necessary installs for Chocolatey, and then it will install Python and things like that. Now that does take a little while, but once it's finished, like I said, it will come in use eventually if you pursue programming. So we're going to actually make sure this is not checked.
Automatically install the necessary HTTPS. Automatically cancel but back next HTTPS: automatically install the necessary tools. Note that this will also install Chocolatey. The script will pop up in a new window after the installation completes. Checkbox not checked.
All right, so it's not checked. So we're going to tab till we get to next.
Next back button. Next Node.js setup ready to install Node.js. Click install to begin the installation.
All right, so we are ready to install. Let's see.
Install.
It has the install button focused for us. We can just press enter on this.
Node.js setup. Please wait while the setup wizard installs Node.js. Installing Node.js status : cancel button.
All right, so it gives us a little bit of feedback while it's downloading. And while we wait, again, if you made it this far, please don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps get these videos out there to people like me and you who like to code and might be visually impaired or blind and just interested in the way to do it in a more technical way where we explain in depth as well as run through it with a screen reader. So let's get back to this and see if it's finished.
Secure desktop.
Okay, so it's going to give us the user account control. We need to accept this. So I'm going to do an Alt-Y. You could always just
User
left arrow and
account
press
control.
enter.
Y. Node.js setup. Please wait while the setup wizard installs
Alright.
Node.js. Installing Node.js status : cancel button.
We get that weird beep that NVDA does that I haven't turned off. Oh, we're gonna get out of this window just to not have to hear that. Let's see, we can go back, see what's going on. All right, so it's working on copying over new files. It usually doesn't take long, especially if you have an SSD. I've got a hard drive on this machine, but if you got an SSD, it's going to take no time at all. So let's Alt-tab back over.
Node.js setup. Copying new files. Please wait while the setup wizard installs Node.js. Installing Node.js status : cancel button.
Okay, it didn't give us a percentage, but we can hear from the beeps. The higher the pitch, the closer it is to being complete.
Top.
Let's
cancel.
Yep, so our navigation limited. So we'll sit here and wait. It usually, like I said, takes
Node.js
a
setup.
minute.
Click the finish button to exit the setup.
Okay, so it says click the finish button to exit setup.
Finish.
So we're just going to press enter on the finish button.
Mingo 64 :
So now we're actually going to
$.
exit out of our Git Bash terminal because we need to restart it.
Lock videos window.
And then we're
Start
gonna
window.
get back into it.
Git /usr/
And I just did a Windows key. It opened up my search bar, typed in Git, G-I-T, press enter, and it opens it up. Now that we have it here in front of us, we're gonna do the same command we did at the beginning of the video, node, so N-O-D-E space, and then -- version. Press enter.
v1 4.15.4. K-Black laptop dash.
All right, so it gives us back the version. That's exactly what we wanted. And now we can use the Node Package Manager. So that'll be coming up in videos in the future. We'll definitely be using Node and NPM quite a bit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video and you made it this far, again, that like button, please smash it. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. And then again, in the next video, we're going to be exploring Node more and looking at how we can install packages with NPM. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.